being able to want to have things automatically or very quickly, and to also have things where it's more responsive. So maybe you're downloading worksheets for your kids because, they're being learning more at home, or they have been, this last year or so. And so it's just quick to print out a couple worksheets, or maybe you order a workbook for your kids from Amazon and it gets, bundled and shipped out to you within a couple days or whatever. So it's sort of broad, but those are just some applications and ideas of the world of low content and of printables.
So let's say I have an existing brand or I have an emphasis. So if I already have an emphasis, and I want to come back to someone who maybe doesn't have a focus and an interest, but if I have an interest, should I be going, let's say, to whether it's the internet, and should I then be looking for maybe printables and then my interest to see what's available so that I can create something that might fit my market? Is that sort of the way that a person who is not into this would be able to kind of use it to uh, create more income?
You definitely, I mean, I like to think of it too as a way where you can actually build more authority and go deeper into your niche. Let's say, for example, you're in a niche where perhaps you're recommending affiliate products. Let's say the survival niche.
Mm-hmm.
So what you could do is you could actually put together some checklists, a printable, like the top 10 things you need in your home to survive for your bug out bag. You could get that for free on your blog and build up your list if you have a blog. Another way you can do this is you can deepen your authority. Let's say that you are an authority or a mini authority, and maybe you have a book out. Well, a lot of authors now, what they're doing is they're also putting together companion workbooks, And if you've ever, I'm trying to think of a book I just read, but a lot of times now when I read books, because I read a lot of nonfiction, the author will say something like, oh, if you'd like to get some of the, get the worksheets or get this workbook or get these checklists, go to my website and you can download them. So a lot of authors are now using these to give people an opportunity to go to their site, get that person on their email list, and sort of deepen their authority, so they are seen more as an authority in their niche.
So this is not just, and that's interesting because I had the impression in my mind, I'm thinking images, I'm thinking, pictures, but what you're saying is a printable, broadly defined, could be content. It could be a checklist put into a form that somebody can then download.
Right, exactly. It could be a checklist. It could be a series of questions, like a worksheet or a journal. It could be a process. It could be, let's say you want to practice interviewing techniques. It could be, okay, name 3 things in your area that you have an area of expertise in. You can talk about in an interview, and that way people can write them down. Because there's a sort of growing awareness now in terms of that type of reader response that it's really helpful for people. So it's helping. Those particular types of printables are great because they're helping people learn things faster and easier, and they're helping them put together their own response so they can come together with maybe their own solutions to problems, or helping them understand themselves better. So it's just, it's kind of like a big tree. There's all these different branches, and it can be very applicable. So yeah, definitely very versatile.
So for people that are doing a lot of video and audio, I mean, the people that are following them, they've got to do everything in real time. So somebody who, let's say, does videos, this is probably something where they should kind of take a step back and maybe take in some of the content they're putting in the video that people have to listen to them. I mean, some people listen at 2 times speed, because they want to move things fast, but maybe if you're a video creator, audio creator, you should take some of that content, put it into a printable, and make it available. Either now, is this some kind of thing that has enough value that some people sell it, or do they pretty much use it as, opt-in to get people's name and email address?
No, it definitely has a lot of value, and people also sell these on their own as well. It is great for an opt-in if you're using it, I think, as a supplement or a content if you're doing other types of content. So for example, if you're doing a lot of audio and video, you could offer, like, let's say, you have a 15-minute video or something, you could offer a couple of worksheets for that, where you could be like, basically identify the your top three takeaways from this particular thing in the video. So people, again, are being more active than passive with digesting the information. But in terms of selling it, yes, a lot of times these types of planners and trackers and journals and calendars can sell very well. And that's just those sort of specific types of printables. There's also a lot of other ones that also sell, like I mentioned, invitations and educational printables. There's just a lot of different ones that people are happy to pay money for.
So when I buy a printable, I guess one of the things I can do is I can go and I can create a journal or a physical product of some kind or physical information product that I can sell. And am I selling that pretty much on Amazon? Am I doing that with, I guess it's Lulu, or what else could I do? Let's say if I turned it into, you mentioned a journal or a book.
Well, I will say that in addition to Amazon and some of these other places, Etsy is extremely popular. People buy digital downloads on Etsy in and out all day long. And especially, I think if you're, depending on what your target demographic is, women, are on Etsy. A lot of women are on Etsy. So that is another great place to sell these types of printables, like journals and digital downloads and things along those lines. Another great thing about printables in terms of getting traffic, I know it's not really the direct sale, is that Pinterest lends itself really well to help.